Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the last episode of the Friendly Show for 2024. This is Adrian and Yaro, and how's it going, Yaro? How are you? Well, before these holiday season.
Oh, actually excited. I watched Home Alone 1 and 2 yesterday with my wife before going to bed, so it like switched the holiday mood on. We also just put the Christmas tree and yes, feeling festive.
Oh wow, you started early. So, one movie that I like to watch from time to time is actually Bad Santa. It's a little bit of a Christmas movie, but it's also a different type. It's not really Home Alone-ish. But we're gonna power down a little bit. We're preparing to power down over the holidays. So tomorrow, actually, I'm gonna go to my mom's place and then my dad's place and then my wife's parents. So we're gonna have this tour, and we'll probably do Home Alone in one of those places. So it's a good idea. Uh,
Mm.
it's a good
Yeah,
idea.
well, this week you were definitely not powering down. I sent a couple of issues into the our repository, and I saw you like fix them like so fast.
Oh yeah. Well, if they make sense, of course. We are pretty active and pretty fast on fixing, especially broken things. So yeah, definitely. Um,
Yeah,
what have?
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I recorded a couple of other videos this month, so I'm also satisfied with that.
Oh, I saw that. You're really caught up with all the Avo coolness, actually. And we had a lot of. I told you about this that we have a lot. I learned a lot from your video because I think, for example, in the first video, you did a lot of bootstrapping, a lot of like installing device and making sure this is done and that is done, and that's basically like, hey man, we should like Avo is designed to work with a lot of other libraries. Like if you want a different library for authentication, you can use something else, but we should do that for you. Like I think you should get started much faster when using Avo. So thanks for going through that. And I one thing that I love about your process is how you talk about what you think, what you're thinking about. So that kind of is the a great indication for us. Okay, this is what our user is thinking, so this is how we can fix things. So yeah, I love those videos.
Yeah, on one hand, I also like doing this kind of code alone videos that last like 20, 30 minutes, and I show like all the errors that you're gonna come up with while coding and like talk through them. But on the other hand, I'm thinking of experimenting with different formats, like making more short form content, and like not many people really sit through the whole 20 or 30-minute video.
Yeah, I feel that short form is definitely something that everybody's been talking about this year, and everybody's saying this is the future. Some people say is the future in e-commerce as well, and those are cool as well. I mean, I quite enjoy watching West Boss doing a lot of short form videos. But that being said, I love the long form videos. And you know why? And I think you touched upon something when you said that about the errors that you're encountering is when, so for example, when you're seeing this tutorial that is just perfect, you write the right command, everything gets outputted, you restart the server whenever you need to, and everything just goes along perfect. I mean, that's great, but in real life sometimes you get errors, you get things not aligning, and things breaking, you get conflicts, and you being there and talking through those errors helps other developers, first of all, see what the error is, debug that particular error. They It helps the people watching, learn how to debug errors, and then it's a more natural process than everything is just perfect and yada yada, yada. This is your app, like you run these three commands, everything is perfect. So I kind of like that. And the third thing that I like on long form videos is you kind of see how the other person is working, like if they have like this special keyboard shortcut, or they select the tags differently or whatever, and you basically level up a little bit as a developer. You kind of pick up on different things along the way.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking like with all these AI coding assistants. I know I was making a video a couple of years ago how to add the device invitable,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking like, is there any value? Would there be any value if I created this kind of video now? Probably not, because like somebody using Cursor or ChatGPT or like GitHub Copilot could just ask them, and they would give more or less a good implementation. So, like answering frequently asked questions, or like I think it's not something for future video formats. Like not worth making a video on
Yeah.
topics that can be easily answered by AI.
Yeah, I know. I see what you mean. There's a good point there. There's one thing that I don't know exactly is how new developers are actually working. Because from my experience and talking to other developers, kind of in, let's say, my stage, or like, mid to senior, that have maybe 5 or more years of experience, maybe 4 to 5 years, I haven't seen them use AI as much, like everything you do, it's AI. So we had a round of interviews. We are trying to hire somebody at Avo, and we told them with a few candidates, we actually went to the um, what do you call it, skills. We actually did a pair programming session,
Mm-hmm.
and we told them, like, you could do whatever you want. So use whatever you would use in your daily life. It's not a whiteboard interview. It's like, this is the feature, this is the thing, the task that you need to do. If you're googling stuff, do that. If usually you ask AI, do that. If you go to like previous projects and you pick up different pieces of code, do exactly that. Even ask us and whatever. So it's all good. We don't want you to like be that perfect engineer that can write the solution on a blackboard. So and we've seen two candidates that they were like immediately reacting, going to ChatGPT immediately. Like, they wouldn't Google for it, they wouldn't check the docs, they wouldn't do anything like that. They would just ask ChatGPT. And I thought that was interesting, because me, that we didn't, like yourself, we didn't have ChatGPT back in the day. We didn't have any AI. We would just Google things. We'll Stack Overflow or whatever resource we'd find, and we would take that. But they just go to ChatGPT. And again, I may not have all the information but on this, but usually what the information that ChatGPT gave them, it wasn't the best for that scenario. It was definitely not the best for that scenario. And that kind of led to us not hiring those people, because they couldn't understand and parse that information that ChatGPT gave them, because basically they didn't understand the problem very, very well, even though ChatGPT tried to explain it. But probably their prompt was not very good. So I don't know. Again, me coming from a medium where we didn't have AI before, we basically started Googling. We started learning how to Google better. I think that's a very good skill to have. And we started to understand the problem, because you have to read what others are writing. Why did that solution work for them, and so on. So you start to understand the problem way better than getting a snippet that looks perfect from like an AI bot and placing it in your project. I'm not sure that is the right way to learn development.
Yeah, it's a good way to. It's a good distinction, like learning programming and actually doing programming. So, like, if you just use AI to do like the bulk of work for you, are you actually learning? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like in my daily work process, it like code completion helps a lot.
Yeah.
I've been using GitHub Copilot for a long time now, and I really love the like code completion feature. I sometimes use the chat, but the code completion, it's just like pure productivity increasement. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And just this week I paid for Cursor, and well, it is objectively better than GitHub Copilot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. At least the Copilot that I tested probably a year ago or something, Cursor kind of like has a better implementation, I feel, and it kind of knows what I'm trying to do, especially when you're trying to like format a few things differently. It's just perfect. But I don't use the Ask AI feature that much. I have asked it a few times, but I don't think it's that. Maybe I don't know how to use it, but I don't think it's that clever. Yeah.
Uh, I uh, I ask it from time to time,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
How are the results?
uh, you have to put a good model. So like there are weaker models, there are stronger models, and
Uh,
the results are very different.
You
So
mean prompt?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
no,
know.
no.
I know.
I mean not my prompts, but like you can select which model to use, like
Model. Oh,
O1,
okay. Model. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
like model O01 or
Yeah.
something else, and depending on the model, the results can be
Yeah.
of a different quality. And actually, I've tried also doing some Hotwire native with
Yeah.
it, and I kind of open the Hotwire native repository, like the library itself, with the cursor, and
Yeah.
with it having the context of the whole library, it like generates some rich components. So it's not perfect, but it gives quite good results.
Yeah. I mean, if it can get you like 80% there, and you have the experience to take that 80% and turn it to 100%, then that's amazing. But what if you don't? What if you don't know what that 80% is, right? Those components, the thing that it gives you. So yeah, I think that's a big misunderstanding about how to use AI in
Yeah.
coding.
And ChatGPT itself, I mean, I don't ask like while I'm coding, I don't ask questions to ChatGPT anymore. Like I've got either GitHub Copilot chat or like the chat in Cursor,
Yeah.
and for like ChatGPT, I would ask more open-ended questions that don't have need a context of a repository.
Yeah, I
Like
got you. I got you.
if you wanted to code a Tinder clone, how would you do it? What would the
Okay.
database modeling
Okay.
look like?
Yeah, I think another good example is I use it to generate Bash scripts because I don't like Bash and everything. So I just tell it, take these files and do a transcription or like merge them or whatever, and it does it pretty well. So and then like I'm that beginner developer, which I don't care about that. I don't want to learn Bash. Just give me the freaking script. I want to put it there, run it, and everything should just work. So yeah, but this is only for my personal stuff. It's not for production or anything like that. But yeah, code completion is amazing. So you definitely, you should try Cursor. This is not
Mhm.
sponsored or anything.
Yes, if you are not using AI for improving your coding and productivity, you're definitely missing out.
Yeah, I think that's the distinction. Yeah, productivity. Um, so what else have you been doing lately? What at your daily work? I know you worked a lot with Hotwire Native lately.
Yes, so like the whole result, the whole summary of all my work with Hotwire Native is the Hotwire underscore native underscore Rails gem that I've created this month, that kind of generates all the helpers, routes, controllers that you would want in a Rails app to hook it up with a Hotwire Native app. So
Awesome.
in a couple of days, I'm going to release a video about using the gem and how you can like really quickly make Hotwire Native work in your Rails app.
Here's the question.
Mm?
Would that be PRable in the Hotwire native repository?
Um,
Would that be a
I,
good addition?
I mean, Hotwire Native repository is it's like there are actually two repositories. One is Hotwire Native iOS, one is Hotwire Native
Okay.
Android, and
Okay.
this is something separate. It's like
Yeah.
Rails generators for Hotwire Native.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
something could,
It's a
in
glue.
theory, be added to like Turbo Rails, but most of it, I don't think so.
Yeah, gotcha. It's cool. It's cool. I'm looking forward to the video. I'm really looking forward to the video. To see everything.
Yeah. And what are your holiday plans?
Yeah, so we're gonna go to see our parents. So we're gonna spend like 2 days at my mom's, and then 2 days, 2 or 3 days at my dad's, and then we're gonna go at on my wife's parents' place. They have a house outside the city, and they have like the barbecue there and everything that we need to like be outside and be indoors. And a lot of our friends are gonna come over, so it's just gonna be, I think, about 5-6 days of just chilling, being with the family, with the kids, and just trying to offload some of the stress and everything that happens at work, and getting ready for the new year.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
So family sounds so nice.
Yeah. What about yourselves?
So we had family visiting until now. They just left, so it's going to be us for the holidays. Some friends are going to come over. We are going to visit some friends that live around, but yeah, we are going to stay around where we live.
Okay. How are the holidays in Cannes?
I mean, it's not snowy.
Of course. You sent me a photo from the beach like a month ago or something. Of course it's not snowing.
Yeah, I went swimming in an outdoor pool a couple of days ago, and it's fine.
It's fine, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Do trees get, do you have like Christmas trees and everything? Do you have like Christmas decorations in Cannes?
I mean, I think all European cities have like Weihnachtsmarkt. It's like this
Yeah.
Christmas village where they put
Yeah.
these booths and like Glühwein, this like hot wine with
Yeah.
fruits.
Yeah.
So no matter where, I think it might be even in the south of Spain that they have this Christmas
Of course. Of
markets.
course. Yeah. So me and Paul went to Vienna. We met up with Julian Rubish. We worked a little bit for a week, and there were so many um Christmas villages around, and we had so much wine and red wine and everything. When I got back home, and that was like mid-December, I had the feeling that Christmas was gone. Like, why are these people buying Christmas trees? Why are these decorations? I'm like, Christmas was, just done. But I think that's a little bit about that speaks a little bit about how Vienna, embraces the whole Christmas spirit and everything. So that was weird.
Yeah, Vienna is a very beautiful city. I really like it.
Yeah. Tell me. So, we did talk a little bit last time about what we did this past year. Do you have any highlights, anything you think about dearly? It could be about, Ruby development community. It could be about anything else.
I mean, like the biggest highlight of the year for me was definitely my son. Watching him develop new skills every day. He's like a year and a half old now, so seeing him grow, seeing him climb up and down the sofa, seeing
Yeah.
his first steps, it's just like
Yeah.
the best feelings one could have.
Yeah. It's tough to describe that. I was thinking about it, and while I was thinking, about the conferences and Avo and everything, but like no, but the same, like seeing my son grow, because our sons are about like I think 8-9 months apart or something, so they're pretty similar than in the stage where they grow every day. Again, like seeing, like you said, like seeing him grow, seeing him doing a lot of new things and learning things. It's something that you can't really describe if you haven't went through it. So yeah, it's definitely a good highlight.
Yeah, and I loved seeing your son when I visited Romania for Friendly RB in September, and always when I see him, I think, oh, my son is going to be able to do more or less the same stuff in like 9 months.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, you had fun. You had definitely had a lot of fun.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and number two for me would be like all the Ruby conferences I visited this year and all the wonderful people I met. It's so cool. Like you see a person online and like the person kind of already exists in
yeah,
your head, and then you meet the person in real life and you grab a beer. It's always so cool.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I remember in 23, I think 22 or 23, when there weren't that many conferences. I mean, and that there wasn't so much activity around Ruby and Rails, and now there are like so many events, conferences, meetups, all kind of virtual stuff in Europe, in the US, in Asia, and everywhere. Like it's everywhere, and I just love that. And I feel that there's this community of this melting pot that people go to different conferences, they meet up, they then different groups they split up and meet at different conferences. So it's kind of this other family that we have, this other group of friends that you can't really come and show to your family or to your current group of friends, because you just you have that context of, yeah, we're in that Ruby community, in that Rails community. So yeah, that has been great as well.
Yeah, but it's also so funny. I meet many people from Ruby community when visiting different conferences, maybe more often than I meet my friends who live like a kilometer away.
I agree, I agree. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I agree. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
been a
so
good year.
number three, like highlight would be launching Super Rails subscriptions and starting to create some like subscriber only content. It really got me thinking differently about what I want Super Rails to be, what kind of value I want to deliver to like people who watch Super Rails, who want to solve problems with Ruby. So I'm thinking of like new ways to make tutorials even better, apart of just creating like paywall videos.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's awesome to hear. I think that's a good step that you took to actually build Super Rails and have your own website, your own platform. And I think I always said that about your content, that it was very thorough, and it wasn't just fluff content. And you taking it to your own platform, I think that this is the proper next step, and you should focus more on that. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and also like I'm like kind of my big hobby passion is creating all these screencasts about how to do different stuff with the Ruby, and now I see like there's so much activity, like so many people writing high quality blog posts, so many
Yeah,
YouTube channels popping up, and I myself just can't follow all the great educational content that I would like to consume for Ruby on Rails, and I'm thinking how how can I not just like create videos that people want to watch but don't have time to watch, but actually do something more engaging, more deep. So I'm thinking of trying to maybe focus more on like Super Rails meetups.
that sounds good. That sounds amazing. I mean, kind of, I know you told me about office hours at some point, but I
Yeah.
think, yeah, meetups would be great. Could be like an extension of the videos or extension of the content, and I think you should give it a try as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, not like physical meetups,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but
Virtual, yeah, of
virtual.
course. Yeah, I got that. I got that. Yeah, I think you should do that. And what would be the format there?
Uh, I'm thinking it would maybe be like well, at least I would start with a Zoom call where I don't know
Yeah.
how many people want to join the connect, and we either discuss some kind of general topic or solve somebody's problems.
Yeah. I think that's great. You should just start out and see how it goes. It's part of the, being lean part.
Yeah, she's also really excited about the CPRL's meetups, new people to smell.
Of course, of course. That's great. Yeah, let us know how it goes. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So January, that's going to be the first meetup, probably.
Probably maybe soon I
Yeah.
will see.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
That's
like, what about Avo? You said you're winding down, and like, are you going to start fresh from the 1st of January, or like long vacation?
No, we're gonna start fresh in January. So we have so many things on our plate right now. We're working on so many things, and I feel that we have about 5 or 6 big features ongoing. We built kind of the proof of concept for them,
Mhm,
and we just need to, put our heads down and actually finish them
mhm,
at the level of polish that we are, we like, and we know that, the users are going to get the most value of. So, some of those features are, so one of it is collaboration. So,
mhm,
you basically are on a record and you can collaborate with other people in real time. You kind of have like this comment system, the status updates, maybe replies. We actually did a lot of work
mhm,
there in our Vienna trip. We worked on a few low code features as well, in
mhm,
memory resources and in memory, attributes. And right now I'm
mhm,
working on something that I'm pretty excited about. It's a media library feature where you can inject things into tricks and other what you see is what you get libraries,
mhm,
which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty deep into how active storage and tricks work, and I think we got the worst part, like the difficult part, out of the way, and we just need to apply the polish. So a lot of things happening, a lot of things. We started a lot of things in the past few months, maybe, and we want to finish them in the next year. But yeah, Alva is going to be a little bit more complete, and is going to allow you to build more complex and more complex apps
mhm.
for your business.
Yeah, and you mentioned like interactive features like adding comments to resources.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken, either active admin or administrate, when you run the like installer, it also adds something like active admin comments, and
yeah,
you could comment on any resource.
yeah.
So in theory, this sounds like a cool thing.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's a little bit supercharged. We haven't played around with that, but we kind of have our own take on it because it's more than it's just comments. It's about like status updates, kind of getting a little bit of a timeline overview of what happened to that record over time. So you can specify whenever you post, you publish a post or something, so you'll see that in the timeline.
Mm.
You're gonna have reactions on there, so it's a little bit more than just a comment system.
Mhm.
It's
And you
a
also
full
mentioned something about
yeah,
low code.
yeah. Oh yeah, this is something that a lot of people asked for. So right now, whenever you need to do a change on a resource, you want to add, for example, a new attribute, you have
Mhm,
to be on your local host, run a migration, then add a configuration on the resource, and then push your code. But we could do some things just on the server. So think about it in production. You go on a resource on a record and you say, okay, I want this record to have this other field, and we just add it for you. And then you can so basically you can
mhm,
give your non-technical kind of users, non-developers, the ability to improve and enhance Avo on the fly in your production server. So that would be like on attributes, and now we're playing around with like creating virtual resources for it. So
mhm.
yeah, it's pretty cool. We don't yet have it all together, but it's pretty cool that we could do it if we wanted to.
Virtual resources, would they be stored in the database or somewhere else?
Yeah, that would be stored in the database. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's correct. So yeah, being, we actually, me and Julian and Paul, we actually had quite a few conversations around this about what's the best approach, because there are a few. We could actually run migrations. We can send those migration to your GitHub account, like to your Git repo and everything. And those are probably, next iterations. But right now, we want to be able to give that dynamic behavior to people to be able to create those resources in memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you also mentioned some time ago about having like boilerplate apps like Avo, Kanban
CRM.
board
Yeah.
app, or like Ava issue tracker app.
Yeah.
So that sounds like good kind of mini apps that anybody could just run.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the dreams is like I told you in your first video, like you had to do a lot of stuff. Still you had to do a lot of things to hook it up properly. And one of the things that we want to do is at some point have kind of like the starter kit around Avo. It's not going to be SaaS. It's going to be, because not all apps are SaaS. It's going to be like for internal tooling and CRMs and CMSs, and then have more other ones tailored to that. So basically, if you need a lightweight CRM, you can just go in the template library, you choose it, you click duplicate, and you have it in your GitHub account or somewhere on your on your local machine. Or you need like an issue tracker or like a support request app, you just click that, and boom, you have it. You don't have to build so many things, and then you'll have it in the Avo mode, so you can maintain it over time with everything just hooked in properly and multi-tenancy and everything that you need. So that's kind of the dream. We're gonna start prototyping that in the first part of the year next year.
I always thought of it like we've known each other for quite a long time now, and I never really made any videos about Avo, and only this month I felt like I feel comfortable enough with the tool. I know the tool well enough so that I can like make a let's say qualified video about it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for those. Yeah, I think it's like every tool has its life cycle, like its timeline. Even Avo, like 2 years ago, it wasn't like this. It wasn't as powerful, and it kind of grows and grows in popularity, grows in like the use cases that people can use it, and this comes natural. That people are maybe curious about it. Like it made you curious. Yeah, I could maybe make a video for it. So yeah, it's probably like one of those things that a tool has to mature a little bit.
And I wonder, so you've been like focusing on Avo for a few years now, like all in, and do you ever have any like distracting other ideas? Oh, I want to build like another product that would do X or Y. Do you like only work on Avo, or do you also let these intrusive thoughts and maybe like do you spend some time
Yeah.
on prototyping anything else?
So about a year ago, my answer would be only every day I do that. Like I think about the other projects, but now I think once I kind of settled on like, okay, Avo is valuable, is can become a business, can become this big thing, then let's double down on that. So I'm having less and less of those thoughts. Like, of course, I can think, okay, we can make this CRM. We can use this feature and this feature, and it's better than whatever. It's better than what one particular commercial solution there. But me and Paul both, we're just doubling down on this. We know that this is valuable. It brings a lot of value to teams, and we want to make this the biggest thing ever. Because if you go in too many directions, then you're gonna stretch yourself thin, and it's not gonna work. So not anymore. Not so many ideas. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's a wonderful wrap up.
That's awesome. How is it to work from home with your son?
So we have more or less a schedule. Like he wakes up at around 7 in the morning, and goes to sleep at like 10 o'clock, then goes to sleep again at like 3 o'clock, and then goes for the nighttime sleep at 7 in the evening. So I know that I can be productive, like very productive while he's sleeping. I do a lot of work in the evenings, but I also go to an office every like other day.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
like if I want to like day like 100% productivity uninterrupted for 8 hours, I go to the office, but sometimes I just want to be close to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know.
And
It's a tough choice. Yeah. Right now Oliver is going to daycare, and before, like a month before, I was actually thinking of, oh, I need to get myself an office space, like go somewhere co-working. I cannot work like this because it's wonderful because he comes next to you and dad, let's play, and whatever you want to play, and you do that, but then at the end of the day it's like, I didn't get too much things done. So yeah, it's a balance, definitely.
yeah, like I understand why somebody would want to work from an office,
Yeah, of
but
course.
like you should find a balance, and
Yeah,
you should like spend time with the family, and you should also be productive,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
deliver.
Deliver on both productivity and happiness.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, Yaro. It was nice catching up. What do we say to our listeners?
Well, come on, guys. Happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful year. You found good jobs, you learned programming, you started your own businesses. If not, then 2025 is the year for everything to happen. We wish you first of all success with love and family. Second of all, yeah, don't like delay like finding love or making kids too much. The time is now. Don't wait, no matter what, and learn Ruby, build products, focus on delivering value. I don't know. I
Value,
got
yeah.
lost.
It's okay. I couldn't have said that better, man. That's perfect. Merry Christmas, everyone. See you in the next year.
Bye bye.